What's up, peoples? Hey, I just got a short, sweet message for you today, straight from my heart. I look at the world, I'm totally in sync with God's spirit, but when I look at the world and feel what's going on around, I can't help but to feel for people. Like most of the stuff I feel from a sorrow perspective or from a concern perspective in life is not really about me. I got a heart for the people. Like I got a pulse on the people's heart, which comes from God. So this message today is still in line with that. You know, what concerns me about life is sitting around and looking at people lead their lives to their own demise, and some know it and some actually don't. Some are following other people that's leading them astray, and some people putting their whole trust in industries and different people that care nothing about them. So what about you, my friend? What about your legacy? What are you leaving behind for the next generation? What about your life? You know, what about that fingerprint? What about that purpose? You know, what about all the promises you made to yourself and to others? Like, what about that? Like, doesn't that stand for something? See, what you gotta understand is there's a naturalness to life. There's a naturalness. You're not supposed to be anxious, running around, going from this. I don't care how busy you are. I don't care how much money you're getting. There still should be some kind of a fitting. It gotta be a connection. It gotta fit. You know what I'm saying? Because if it don't fit, you know, you gotta quit. Nah, I'm kidding. But on the real though, if it don't fit, you know, you gotta abandon it. Because a lot of things, when you look at this world and the social media, being able to, people not understanding how to differentiate fantasy from reality, and then doubling down on that fantasy, on that fake life. Where do you think that's going to take you, my friends? Like, what do you think? Like, sit back and really think about what you're doing. Like, our bodies are created. God created our bodies so uniquely, so amazingly, right? That science still can't catch up to it yet. So it can't be about science. No, not at all. At least not totally. It definitely is something about science. But man still can't figure out the delicacies, the intricacies of a human body. And when you look at that perfect system, a human body, your heart doesn't need any help from you. In fact, when you start messing your heart up by the things you put in your body or the other things you expose yourself to, the heart lets you know to fix me. You know, your mind, your brain doesn't need any help with doing what it needs to do, especially when you're born. You know, a child's brain is in genius mode until they're about 5 or 6. You know, it doesn't need any help. No parent has to tell the child, make sure you're totally consuming everything that's coming your way. We're created that way. There's a fitting, there's a connection in everything that's supposed to be in life, even in your life, even the new things and people and places you go. There's a way you're supposed to feel. There's a connection that lets you know that you're in the right place at the right time with the right people, doing the right things, right? So here's the thing about life. You gotta stop trying to force it, my friend. Everything, even the most minute things, you gotta stop trying to force. You just gotta let it go. You gotta trust. You gotta have faith. Here's the thing about faith, right? You can't even access God without faith. You can't even access the powers of the spiritual world without faith. Whatever God you subscribe to, it doesn't matter. Faith is what accesses the spiritual things. You can go to any book back to the 1800s. It'll tell you this is no secret. It's just a secret in these days because of all of this confusion and all of this fantasy that's replacing reality, right? So here's the thing. You can't force anything, because here's why, right? Whatever is for you in this life, my friend, you're definitely going to get. I mean, it's not going to just fall into your lap, because the way life is constructed, you always got to make the first step to get anything in life. Nothing just happens for you. You got to initiate everything. You got to be proactive. You know, proactive people get what they want. Reactive people get what's left over. So at least you got to do something. It's not just going to fall in your lap. But here's the thing people don't realize. In order for you to get what's really for you, you got to accept it. See, God's not going to force anything on you. He'll lead you to it. You can get to it through him. But you got to accept it. You got to say, I want that. And you got to grab that, right? But then on the other token, right? Whatever's not for you, right? I don't care how bad you want it. I don't care how bad you want that relationship. I don't care how bad you want that job. I don't care how bad you want that thing, those products, those services. It doesn't matter. If it's not for you, right? If it's really not for you, I don't care how much you try to force it. It doesn't matter. It still won't work out because it really don't fit, my friend. We're made in life to fit. Everything in God's perfect universe, it fits. You know, the bees take the pollen and pollinate other trees and things like that, other plants and things. Every animal is someone's prey and predator. Everything fits. Everything that comes up in the world that could possibly go wrong, there's something in life natural that can fix it, right? So let's look at this. Getting back to stop forcing stuff, right? You can take a circle and you can force it into a square. And you can keep observing it and keep moving it around. Oh, it's about to pop out on the left side at the top. So let me move it around and keep it. And you'll keep it there for a long, long time, even years, perhaps, right? But eventually, the circle's going to eventually pop out. You know why? Because it really don't fit. The same with anything in your life, those relationships, you know, those friends, those people you interacting with that you know you shouldn't be. You just like, oh, I'm just putting the time parameter on. It's only for this length of time. Then I'm like, all that's polluting your mind, body, your spirit, my friend, right? So that circle's going to eventually pop out because it really don't fit, and so does everything in your life that doesn't fit, my friend. And you can't wait for life to do it, because then you got to take the big blow of dealing with the consequences life gives you. Be proactive in yourself, and you do it. Be bold enough to differentiate yourself, to disassociate yourself with those people, places, and things that don't fit who you are, and more importantly, where you're going. My friend, and here's the bad part about when you force things. That 5 years you wasted on that relationship that you knew it wasn't going to work, that 10 years, 20, 30 years, and you knew it wasn't going to work, but you added more sex, you spiced that up, you added more money, took different trips, bought different things. But once that stuff wore out, you was right back where you started at, right? Where it didn't fit. So eventually you're going to pop out, but here's the problem with that. The longer you take, you don't get that time back, my friend. You don't get that time back that you wasted. Keep rearranging that circle so it can stay in the square. You don't get that time back, my friend. You gotta own your life, my friend, at all costs, right? Here's 3 reasons why you gotta stop trying to force anything. So in other words, don't force nothing, right? Number 1, remember, we are all wired and signaled. Connecting, everything is connected so that everything works perfectly. You just got to accept the connection and align yourself with the connection, right? So here's the thing about forcing things. When it really doesn't fit, like when it really don't fit, I'm not saying it don't feel good sometimes. I'm not saying that it seems like it fits sometimes, because we have as human beings, we have a tendency to overlook things that's not right when we want it to be right. So the things in a relationship that's not right, we have a tendency to overlook those things and focus more on the things that are right, because deep down we really want it to work. But that's not being real with yourself. Being real with yourself is taking it as is and then making the decision off as is. You got to see clearly, my friend. So number 1, here's a clear indication that it doesn't fit. See, when something don't fit in your life, it never feels completely right. Key word, completely. Now notice, you always can feel right. Like I always feel good. So it'll be difficult. I got to be very careful who I associate with, because I can go a long time with thinking that this is right, but it's really not, because I walk over the negativity a lot. It's real easy. I make things easy because I can simplify things. God bless me with that ability. The great mind is the mind that can simplify all things. You know, be careful what you ask for, because every gift also have cons. Every gift have pros and cons. So the pros, I can simplify all this stuff, but some of the cons is that sometimes it'll have me overlooking stuff that's not really for me, because I'm constantly looking at the positive. I'm always simplifying it. Some of these things shouldn't be simplified. It needs to be realized. So some of these things that I was simplifying and associating with other people, I should have been accepting and realizing and walking away, right? But we're all a work in progress, right? That's what life is for, right? The race is not given to the swift or to the strong, but to he who endures until the end, right? So the first thing, when it really don't fit, it never feels completely right. And number 2, Stop wrecking your mind trying to do what these people on social media are doing, because you don't know the length that they are going to. You don't know how much they're losing of themselves doing that stuff. But here's the thing. Rather than forcing all that stuff, trying to get, these things that other people you think is fitting in their life, and they could be fronting, it really may not fit, but you don't know. You just follow the masses. So you try to get that to fit into your life, stressing yourself out, beating yourself down. So rather than doing all that, right? Forcing the external, focus on the internal. Forget fitting into other people and having other people and things fit to you. Make sure you fit with you, my friend. Make sure you totally accept, get to know, accept, and love yourself totally from the inside out. Make sure you fit with you, my friend. Make sure you're not forcing components of who you are. And then once that happens, my friend, once you continue to add value to your life, guess what happens? The right people and things, they start finding you. They chase you, my friend. Just yesterday, I'm walking down the street with a couple friends, and a total stranger come from around the corner and run and say, you right there to me, and prophesied over my life. I'm totally not where I live. I'm in a whole nother. The first thing he said to me is this: hey, brother, I got something to tell you. I love Jesus. I really love Jesus. So please receive what I'm about to tell you. And that brother prophesied over my life, so in tune with God that it's the same stuff God been telling me for years. Stop forcing stuff, my friend. Stay the course. I don't care how bad it looks. I don't care how much people talking about you. I don't care how much people trying to tell you to force it this way or force it that way. State your claim, my friend. Hold on to your truth. Line your words, thoughts, and actions up with your truth. Don't bend, but don't break, my friend. See, opportunities attracted to preparation. Stay ready so you never have to get ready. Money's attracted to value, my friend. Keep adding value to your life. Don't forget about the haters. They got enough work. They hating on you. You know what I mean? Keep them busy by keep prospering and going higher, right? And number 3, right? The main reason you shouldn't fit it. Try to force anything, right? You gotta create a greatness mindset, my friend. A mind bold enough to believe, right? That all things, not some things, all things work together for good. To them that love the Lord and is called unto his purpose, my friend. Can you be bold enough to love the Lord with your life? Can you be bold enough to put it all on the line for greatness? Can you be bold enough to double down, not on them, on you, my friend? Be bold enough to dig deep and get that faith, right? That faith so you can connect to the spirit world. That can have everything in your life connecting, where you'll be walking down the street and strangers will come up to you and prophesy over your life, my friend, and let you know that you are in the right place at the right time with the right people doing the right things. You are fueled by God. You are filled with the Spirit. You are led by the Spirit. You are a version of God in the earth realm, and so are you, my friend. Listen, let me tell you something, my friend. You were born to be great. Never forget that. Enjoy your day. But more importantly, enjoy your life. Make everything fit, not from the outside, my friend, from the inside out. Be great.